We are doing our project over the crisis in Berlin by Caitlin, Josina, and Ashley. The Cold War was a rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. The rivalry started as far back as the 1920s because the U.S. viewed them as a potential threat. The United States worked with the Soviets during World War II, but still argued over military strategy. After World War II, the United States and Britain worried that Stalin aimed to gain control of Eastern Europe. By definition, communism is an economic and political system in which governments own the means of production and control economic planning. Few examples are: they seek the equal distribution of wealth and the end of all private property. After World War II, Germany was divided into British, French, American, and Soviet zones in 1949. Americans occupied the western area and the Soviets occupied the east. When the Cold War began, tensions became greater when the Soviets planned to keep their zones under communist control. Because of the Western-style government in the middle of the Soviet zone, the Soviets decided to take drastic action in June 1948. They announced they would be blocking any road, rail, or river traffic into West Berlin. The 2.1 million residents of West Berlin then became cut off from sources of food, coal, and other basic necessities. West Berlin was not completely cut off because of the airstrips in the city. Western leaders then decided to take the risks of supplying West Berlin by air. Many people didn't believe it was possible to supply all the needs of a major city by aircraft. Deciding to go through the plan, the planes flew an average of 7,000 tons of supplies into West Berlin. To allow more planes to land, the Allies built another airfield, resulting in nearly 1,400 separate flights and nearly 400,000 tons of supplies being delivered. Because of the conflict with the Soviet Union, many Western Europeans became very uncomfortable. They realized if war broke out, they would need bigger numbers to be able to stand up against the Soviet army. Belgium, France, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and United Kingdom all joined together in a system of common defense. The crisis in Berlin helped surrounding nations become aware of the wisdom of the common defense system. In April 1949, the United States and 6 other nations joined the original 5 to create the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. According to the treaty, an attack on one nation would be considered an attack against all. Today, 26 countries, including several former communist nations, are NATO members. The end.